Cassandra's wedding day today. Before we begin the ceremony, I have a couple of reminders. I would like to have anyone who is sitting next to an open aisle seat, which I think we're good. Basically, she just wanted for photos, everyone to come together, but we're nice and cozy. And please turn your phones on silent. And we ask just for no photos or videos taken during the ceremony, just so that you may be fully present for this beautiful moment shared between the bride and groom. On that note, please rise for the bride. Kevin, do you give Cassandra to be married to Brian today?
I do.
You all may be seated. I call upon if any persons can show just and sufficient reason why these two persons may not be joined in matrimony, let them now declare reasons, or else, from this time forward, keep their peace. Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm not sure what came over me there. Hang on. Brian, Cassandra, and to all the lovely people gathered here today, welcome to this historic event. I would like to take a moment and revel in this truly amazing day. Never would I have thought that I would be blessed to be able to officiate my best friend's and brother's wedding. I am truly honored to be sharing this moment with the two of you, not only as Brian's sister, but as Cassandra's very soon-to-be sister as well. As I am sure you all know, Brian and Cassandra are remarkable individuals, and they make for a truly beautiful couple. Witnessing the two of you grow together has made me look back at both of your lives and marvel at how you have both flourished into the amazing humans standing before me today. Brian, we have been through a lot together growing up. From pillow fortresses to gaming quests and everything in between, you still never cease to bring a smile to my face and light up so many people's lives purely through in-depth conversations. So much so that any mention of Roman conquest or the fall of the Aztec Empire has me not only thoroughly impressed, but also quite dumbfounded that you retain all of that information like an encyclopedia. Throughout our lives together, you have brought the warmth and laughter in everything. Even when it was not always welcome, when I was more focused on studying and you were more focused on procrastinating your own studies, so naturally you drag me in and you distract me from my own. I see now that you bring all that love and happiness with you and extend it to your relationship with Cassandra. Cassandra, being the most kind-hearted and understanding individual that you are, I knew you were the one from the start. You have shown to have your own wealth of knowledge, and I knew for my encyclopedic brother, you would be the perfect match for him. Not only did you support me and countless others through many adventures, but you have consistently gone out of your way with your unending compassion and commitment to all lives that you touch day in and day out. I and so many others can only thank you and continue to cherish the impact that you leave on all of our lives. I cherish you so much, in fact, that all those years ago, I painstakingly secured a date between the two standing before us today. And though it took multiple attempts of convincing, they eventually conceded and agreed to a blind double date with my husband, Adam, and I. Now, for all gathered here, I would like to take you on a journey to hear the true love story all leading up to this very moment of promising themselves to each other today. It all began 4 years ago, on a balmy, windy fall evening. The date itself is what you would have expected for any blind date. We proceeded to gather in my parents' basement, come up with a decision on what to take out for food. Naturally, Adam and I, of course, took it upon ourselves to go forth and collect the sustenance for the night's event, and insisted that Brian and Cassandra stay and mingle. To my brother's chagrin, they remained at the residence undisturbed while my husband and I vacated the premises. Now you are all probably asking yourselves that getting the two alone together was completely planned all along, to which I say I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations. And so, Brian and Cassandra decided that despite my meddling, they would like to continue this romantic venture to see where it would lead. Throughout the first initial weeks of their growing relationship, they made many early milestones together, including meeting the parents. Oh, indeed. From the Vanderpool side, Anne went out of her way to ensure she secured a meeting with the elusive Cassandra and encouraged Brian that she would purchase faux meat and bring out all the stops to ensure that Cassandra did, in fact, come over. From the south side, Brian was eager to make an excellent first impression, but upon facing the bearded skier with metal band patches on his jacket, Brian was beginning to have cold feet, coming face to face with none other than Cassandra's father. Thankfully, it is safe to say that Brian is no longer panic-stricken when encountering Kevin. Maybe only partially so. Brian and Cassandra kept each other company throughout their studies and would take many breaks in between going to bakeries and, of course, sampling cheese buns together. As time went on, they decided to have a dedicated day amongst themselves and travel to the far reaches of southern Alberta to discover the finest, perfect specimen cheese bun, to which they established is from none other than Bootsum Bakery. Their love continued to blossom as they progressed on more adventures together. Winter revealed to be their most prominent season in terms of activities and taking on new challenges and possibilities. Brian and Cassandra have had many snowshoeing, hiking, and even cross-country skiing ventures together. Their snowshoeing and hiking adventures proved to be the superior activities, as their first cross-country skiing venture was an ill-prepared attempt right from the start. Simply by watching a 10-minute how-to video, Brian assumed they could take the challenge head-on. After several excruciating minutes, for what quite frankly seemed like hours, Brian was finally shown the voice of reason by a welcome stranger who told him off for taking Cassandra on a known difficult trail. Now that it comes to mind, Brian also may have taken her on a difficult hiking adventure where Cassandra, wearing brand new hiking boots, ended up climbing a full mountain summit, regrettably developed blisters on her heels afterwards. Needless to say, Brian has, of course, since made it up to her in kind with bringing home an array of assorted cheeses and breads, but I digress. As they grew closer, Cassandra introduced the Vanderpools to Ukrainian Christmas, to which we were all shocked by the endless supply of both butter and garlic. At one point in the evening, after an apparent fascination of the liberal use of both ingredients, Brian and Xander couldn't help themselves, and seeing as Cassandra required aid, they proceeded to take on the assembly of pierogies from scratch. Suffice to say, that was truly one of the most magical Christmas meals and highly recommended experience for anyone curious about a Ukrainian Christmas. Not before long, the Vanderpools had an amazing milestone in the Netherlands to celebrate in the coming months, and of course, without any hesitation, Brian asked Cassandra to come along. From Oma Aniki's 80th birthday celebration to roaming the streets of Amersfoort with the Plutus, many unforgettable memories of delicious food and biking adventures were formed between the two. To make the most out of their time in Europe, Brian and Cassandra traveled over to Denmark, where they experienced beautiful scenery, a slight Norwegian mishap, and the most amusing accommodations while they enjoyed their stay there together. But we won't go into that. Of course, like any good romance novel, there are always twists and turns along the way. And one of the twists being Cassandra receiving an exciting job opportunity in Medicine Hat that she simply had to explore. Brian, without hesitation, joined her in the Hat, where he too searched for his own job opportunity. Luckily, he ended up at SCE training to be an electrician, which has become a passion of his and has since pursued to present day. They faced many trials and tribulations during their time in Medicine Hat, most notably having to do with their humble abode. Both of their tolerance and patience levels were tested as they changed out not one, but two dishwashers, experienced no air conditioning in plus 30-degree heat all summer long, leading to the inevitable demise of their precious coffee table after the wood coasters permanently marked their wood stain on the table service. And to top it all off, they endured the scariest and deepest basement you will ever encounter in your life. Despite their living challenges, they were able to forge a timeless friendship between Kimmy and Jordan Peterson, who happened to live only 2 blocks away, which made their time in the hat all the more worthwhile. After much convincing and begging from Adam and I to join us in Calgary, they decided to make the move, not only to our benefit, but also so that Brian may continue his work and studies. Another added benefit that came with the move to Calgary was that they were able to be closer to Cassandra's family. This allowed for more opportunities like hiking with the McRoby cousins, and even a trip to Jamaica with Cassandra's family, where Cassandra had every intention of painting while they were there, but instead enjoyed some much-needed R&R. Family has always been an important part of both Brian and Cassandra's life, and they cherish all of the moments that they get to spend with both families. Calgary has also brought on many delightful experiences, including double or triple dates with the Whites and the Petersons, and hiking in their very own backyard, the incredible Rocky Mountains. On one of their favorite hikes, they discovered the beautiful larch trees, and if you don't know, they are a type of pine tree that at a certain time during the fall season turn into the most breathtaking shades of amber and gold as they slowly shed their needles prior to the first snowfall. With that in mind, this further impassioned both Brian and Cassandra's love of nature and their love for exploration and travel. Their most notable travel excursion to date was during October of 2023, where they decided last minute they will book a trip to treat themselves, where many unfortunate discoveries were made upon their arrival at the Quebec airport. As Cassandra looked for their hotel, she was stricken to discover they had booked their hotel in none other than the red light district. Upon entering their accommodation, they were greeted by the most enticing smells of urine laced with alcohol, dirty, sunken furniture, to which they were dismayed that this was no representation of what the online photos showed at all. Despite their abysmal accommodations, they soldiered on and discovered Quebec's fantastic food scene, like their world-class poutine. In fact, Cassandra loved the poutine so much that she ensured they went back to the same restaurant, I believe 3 times?
I think I ate there 6 times.
6 times, folks, 6 times. In the course of their little getaway, they enjoyed the fine cheeses and breads as well, and Brian thought that perhaps Quebec may also have a delectable wine pairing to go with their charcuterie board. To Brian's surprise, the waiter warned him and advised not to order the Quebec wine. Alas, Brian, puzzled by the waiter's discouragement, proceeded to order the Quebec wine anyway, and discovered that he should have, in fact, heeded the waiter's warning. Through it all, the Quebec trip brought much-needed laughter and love between Brian and Cassandra, and reaffirmed their love for all things bread and cheese. Thankfully, despite all the ups and downs I shared before, Brian knew Cassandra was the girl of his dreams, and proceeded to ask Cassandra's father, Kevin, on Christmas Eve for Cassandra's hand in marriage. And as a gentleman would do, they discussed an important affair over a couple of ice-cold glasses of scotch. Shortly after getting approval from Kevin, Brian was so eager and ready to propose, and in fact so excited that 2 whole days later, on December 26, 2023, he proposed to Cassandra. In terms of the actual engagement, it didn't go exactly according to plan, as most things like this never do, no matter how much you plan for it. And so Brian, despite forgetting the park's pass to get into the park, decided to go instead outside of Canmore and propose on Larch Island with the Three Sisters Mountain overseeing the event taking place. Now looking back, neither one remembers what was said, but that it was truly magical. To commemorate their engagement, they enjoyed a cheese platter and watched the iconic romance Casablanca before telling the family the big news. Now here we are, just over a year later, celebrating Brian and Cassandra's love for one another in front of their closest family and friends. As you can see, like any true romance, the couple ends up together in the end, declaring their love and despite all trials and tribulations, their love for one another conquers all. I now call upon you both in the presence of these witnesses to repeat after me. Brian, I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I do not know of any lawful impediment
that I do not know of any lawful impediment
why I, Brian Xander Vanderpool,
why I, Brian Xander Vanderpool,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to Cassandra Emily Zuck.
in matrimony with Cassandra and
Cassandra, I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I do not know of any lawful impediment
that I do not know of any lawful impediment
why I, Cassandra Emily Zuck,
why I, Cassandra Emily Zote,
may not be joined
may not be joined,
in matrimony to Brian Xander Vanderpool.
may not be joined in marriage to Brian Xander Vanderpool.
Close.
I said your name right, didn't I?
As no impediment was declared, I require you to give answers to these questions. Do you, Brian Xander Vanderpool, promise to give to Cassandra Emily Zuck the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding, and to share equally all of necessities of life?
I do.
Do you, Cassandra Emily Zuck, promise to give to Brian Xander Vanderpool the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding, and to share equally all of the necessities of life?
I do.
Yay! I ask that you now recite your promises and vows to one another, beginning with Brian.
Cassandra, from the first night I met you, I was struck by how special you were. You're vibrant, full of life, easy to talk to, renewingly joyful, and irrepressibly brilliant. Experiencing life with you has been the single greatest privilege of my life, as you've enriched every one of my experiences that you've been a part of. The last 4 years of my life have unequivocally been the best. I'm excited to continue to share my life with you as we grow, create, and build a life together. With you, so much seems possible. I couldn't imagine a better person to dream with, to share my hopes with, and to strive to achieve with. As we step into this new chapter together, I promise to keep trying to make you laugh, even if it's not totally appropriate, and to share a life of warmth and laughter with you. I promise to be the weight on the other side of our scale, to strive to balance you out, as you so often do for me. I promise to never stop exploring with you, to take you on the more difficult but more rewarding trails, so we can keep growing and discovering this life together. I promise to be by your side through whatever comes, so that you don't have to face anything in this life alone. So long as I live, Cassandra, I promise to be good to you.
And now I ask Cassandra to recite her vows and promises.
It's about topics. Brian, I can remember telling Tessa and Julia about a guy I went on a sushi date with, while trying not to get too ahead of myself and say, I think I found the one. I fell for your laugh, your endless factoids, and the importance you place on family. You've been my encouragement to create, my support through the stresses of life, nursing, and your tool purchasing habit. On screen or at home, picking out which strange Oscar-nominated movie to watch, you get me out of my comfort zone because I'm comfortable with you. I can't wait for the adventures ahead of us and for all the ways we can make the mundane aspects of life lovely. I promise to never take the little things for granted, like how you always make the tea so that I can sleep in just a bit longer. I promise to grow and celebrate life's milestones with you, but also give you the space to grow into yourself. I promise to always season our food and try new recipes. Though our love never feels old, I promise to remember that we are not perfect, but I promise to also remember our team is worth fighting for. Een lieve Sandra Jo is voor mij ondenkbaar. Ik is lief voor jou, liefie.
We will now seal your final promises together, beginning with Brian repeating after me. I call on those persons present
I call on those persons present
to witness that
to witness that
I, Brian Zander Vanderpool, do take
I, Brian Zander Vanderpool, do take
you, Cassandra Emily Zuck, to be
you, Cassandra Emily Zuck, to be
my lawful wedded wife,
my lawful wedded wife,
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
in sickness and in health,
for all the days of our lives.
Cassandra, please repeat after me. I call on those persons present
I call on those persons present
to witness that
to witness that
I, Cassandra Emily Zuck, do take
I, Cassandra Emily Zuck, do take
you, Brian Zander Vanderpool, to be
you, Brian Zander Vanderpool, to be
my lawful wedded husband,
my lawful wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
in
sickness and in health,
for all the days of our lives.
Having declared these marriage vows, let Brian place the ring on the third finger of Cassandra's left hand, repeating after me. I give you this ring, that you may wear it as a lasting reminder of our marriage vows and as a symbol of my love and commitment to you. Cassandra, please repeat after me. I accept this ring
I accept this ring
as a symbol of your love and commitment.
as a symbol of your love and commitment.
Now let Cassandra place the ring on the third finger of Brian's left hand, repeating after me. I give you this ring,
I give you this ring
that you may wear it
that you may wear it
as a lasting reminder
as a lasting reminder
of our marriage vows
of our marriage vows
and as a symbol
and as a symbol
of my love and commitment to you.
of my love and commitment to you.
Let Brian say after me, I accept this ring
I accept this ring
as a symbol of your love and commitment.
as a symbol of your love and commitment.
I now invite Brian and Cassandra and their witnesses for the signing of the marriage license. before we wrap up the ceremony, a couple final reminders. The couple would like to let everyone know that there will be a group photo outside of the building after cocktail hour. So stay tuned for that and watch for the MC motioning. Lastly, immediately after the ceremony here, we will be having a receiving line with the bride and groom. So we please ask that we start by the back rows, exiting first, and working our way to the front rows last, so that the family, including aunts, uncles, and cousins, can take photos afterwards together. Brian and Cassandra, you have consented in marriage and have declared your solemn intention in this company before these witnesses and in my presence. You have exchanged these rings as the pledge of your love to each other. You have joined your hands to accept one another. Now, upon the authority vested in me by the province of Berta, I pronounce you husband and wife. Brian, you may kiss your bride. Woo!